Right, raid populations. This is a funny one. So the Horde Hall of Fame has filled.
Yep.
Right, so that's 100 kills of Bellular.
Good job.
On Mythic difficulty. Well done, Horde.
Yep.
For the Alliance. For the Alliance.
Yeah.
9.
9.
100 guilds. 9 guilds.
Honestly,
Wow.
that's better than I thought.
Mythic rating is really, it's really skewed one direction.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. You know what would solve this? 10-man Mythic rating. So much of it is needing 20 players, right? And you need 20 players. I mean, cross-faction will help us as well.
Yeah.
But it won't help it super well because cross-faction guilds won't be a thing, and that's how people organize a lot of the time for Mythic. So anyway, it's mostly about where the players live. It's where the players roll because you need populations.
Yes.
And if you're a Mythic Raider, you'll have, in Europe, if you're a Mythic Raider, you'll have a Horde character on Tyron Mill or Draenor. If you're a prospective Mythic Raider, not on those servers, you'll just go there. Because you're not going to find a whole host of guilds looking for players like Alliance Raven Quest. There's plenty of Raven Quest, but not a huge amount. Definitely not like World First guilds either.
No. So
it's always just this massive thing of just, that's it. It's literally just everyone goes there because that's where to go to Mythic Raid.
But then what's really funny is that this is like this almost creates a barrier in itself too, because cross-realm Mythic is not possible.
Yep.
So like if it was always possible, then it wouldn't be as much of an issue insofar as people feeling they have to go one way to play with their friends or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it would always be ideal to be in the same faction as the people you're raiding with anyway. But anyway, yes. So cross-realm Mythic will release when 100 Alliance guilds have got the kill.
Which is
That'll be a while.
Like never, like.
Yeah. Oh, that would be brutal. Took that long. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's not. No, it's not gonna be never. But yeah.
It'll be a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, there's a good point from Decor. Remember when the top 30 Alliance guilds in Raven Quest transferred Horde after Nihilotha? Smile W. Yeah.
The top
30.
30.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah. So we're gonna go Horde.
How many characters is that?
Well, that's 600 characters if you think 20 only. But if you imagine benches and alts, that's probably thousands. That's a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to just work out how much. That's many thousands.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
That's wow. Well, I guess there goes our server, but years ago. Now, for how long these things take? Sepulchre of the first ones. 63 days for the Horde to get there. Nothing for the Alliance. 32 days, Horde Sanctum. 65, Alliance. Hang on a second, Nathria, 50 days Horde. Alliance filled it in 82. Now,
That's bad.
Matt,
Yep.
I don't know if cross-realm Mythic raiding is going to happen for a long time.
Yeah, that's going to be a long
Right,
time, yeah.
63 days. By this stage into any other tier,
Yeah.
like by this stage into Sanctum, it was essentially open.
Yeah.
It was well on its way for Nathria. There's fucking 9 kills. 9! 9 guilds have done it.
Yep.
This is a very large game. Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Is it though?
Hold the fuck on. Motherfucker, you're telling me 109 guilds have cleared this.
No, because it's 100 is like the max. So there could be like 20,000 Horde guilds cleared.
Oh, okay, no, I thought
yeah.
that... Oh, wait, no, the number of Horde guilds just past 100.
Oh, just?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this
Yeah, no,
week,
that's why this is news.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a news
yeah.
show, Matt.
Oh,
It just
sorry, yeah.
happens. That's why
Yeah,
we're talking
okay,
about
okay,
it. So it's in and around 100.
I thought this was a documentary. My mistake. Yeah. So yeah, there's about 109 to 112 or 13 have killed the Jailer and Mythic.
Now, I get that's like, 2,500 people. It's pretty small.
It may not be the 1%. Well, I mean, okay, this is definitely not fair, but oh my god, is it the Wowhead stats reporter, because it tracks achievements based on people with the Wowhead profiler add-on.
So at best it's polling the population. Yeah, it's a poll, but is it a good poll?
But the 2% of people with the Wowhead profiler installed have killed or have ahead of the curve jailer. 2% of people with the Wowhead thing installed. Obviously, people are also saying, yeah, but Mythic Raiders aren't killing the jailer and getting ahead of the curve because they don't need to. But they're. But then
you would assume they've killed him once at least.
Well, not on heroic. So really? It's like if you're progressing Mythic, you might not. But also they'll be selling boosts because they're Mythic Raiders and they need to gold somewhere. So yeah, so that's not really an argument that holds up. But yes.
What the?
Yes.
Where'd the players go? They've gone.
Where do you think?
Where have they went?
Anywhere else?
What?
Well, this is the thing, right? The whole like Mythic raiding is every single time the Race to World First happens, all of the Mythic guilds are like, this is fun, this is great, we enjoy it, but the fucking barriers to entry are bullshit. I mean, was it Midwinter just quit? We're like, fuck it, we're not ready anymore. Fuck this. And
did another one not quit?
There's another one as well before that as well. I can't remember who it was. Pieces, yeah. And they're like, fuck this. And to be fair, that's Race to World First. And a lot of them might actually end up being still like Mythic Prog guilds. I don't know the super thing, but
or maybe some of their players who maybe disagree with that decision will end up in some of the
but it's like
guilds.
It's way too much like effort, and it's not just effort. Like okay,
Blizzard, why are you bothering?
Yeah, I mean this is why they're nerfing like Halandra so hard.
Yeah, well,
because it's clearly
not given. Yeah,
it's clearly too difficult and too time consuming. But also, I think there's also so much of it's like a massive time sink to get prepped for it, and you have to rush super hard, super early to get actually there. It's a massive time commitment, and I think people have less of time commitment, and you'll get satisfying enough or similarly satisfying gaming experiences from other games. I think so. That's the awkward thing. It's like it's not set up for success as a game mode, is the way I'd put it, because I mean, I don't want to cast any judgment on the game mode. I certainly could, but I won't because that would be a bit unfair, and it's my personal opinion. I think that there's definitely a whole bunch of reasons it's just not set up for success. Even if you love it to pieces, it might be like, well, this is fucking taking me. I have to raid 3 nights a week to have a decent chance of success for clearing this within the time frame. Because there's so many bosses, there's so much, it's so hard. I have to do like M+ for gear. Because that's the other thing where I think, you have to do so many M+ runs early to get gear for it, because you can't just gear through raiding, which means your time commitment is so much higher than just your raid times. And then there's all the monetary costs of like having the goal to pay for everything.
Yeah.
And it's that stuff where like Mythic raiding is just not set up for people to go and do it, which in a video releasing maybe this weekend, maybe Monday, it's not the same in FF14 Savage difficulty. Not saying which one's better, which one's worse, but like in terms of how they're set up for people to play them.
Oh, you can just...
There's a massive difference, and that's going to result in higher clears and higher engagement.
Like surely everybody who would do Dragon Song's reprise would have been in a position where they could just have done it. They came out or started doing it.
Well, so...
Like, in terms of characters being ready,
there's
not much work, surely?
Not much work. You're talking... Well, people have prepped for it beforehand with Savage gear. But you basically need upgraded Tombstone gear and Savage gear as a mix for your base. Which is basically, you're talking like... I think 3-4 weeks of do the 4 Savage raids and cap your tomes a week. That's it.
Yeah, so they would have done that.
Yeah, they would have done that already by doing Savage. Because you need to clear Savage to get into Dragon Song Reprise. So the hardest thing to do in FF14 requires so little preparation comparatively. You still need to buy some food. You still need to buy a lot of pots, especially if you're doing like hundreds of pulls. But it's like, it shouldn't take you all that long to get close enough to best for it. Whereas World of Warcraft's very, very, very different. 8 to 9 weeks max if you don't do alt splits. Yeah, so that's the thing where Savage players will have done that. But that's not a huge... Well, depends on how fast you prog Savage. But that's not going to be like 8 9 weeks of fucking full hardcore work. It's still time gated by loot, but it's like, couple nights a week, maybe tops. And that's it. So that's the thing where it's like, that's really about it. Versus Mythic, which is so much more. And also the 20 players versus 8 players. It's literally just harder to get 20 people, basically, than it is to get 8. especially when my savage group can go straight into the ultimate. But even like using if you want to use like savage as a savage as a competitor for like early mythic and some mythic prog, you'd basically, I mean, I did P1S. I literally just hopped into a party finder group and I didn't have the most, I don't have like all my upgraded tombstone gear. It's just, oh yeah, there's a party, I'll just join. Oh yeah, I've looked up the fight. I see the macro. We took a while of a load of people dying and making mistakes, but then we did it and like, oh, there you go, sweet, sorted, perfect. Jobs are good. And also I was saying like that, like 8 to 9 weeks, that's since January before this ultimate released.
Yeah.
So you had what, 4 months to do 8 weeks of clear?
Yeah. I'm just still kind of floored at that number.
Yeah.
The 109 to 112, 13, 14, 15 guilds. That's
I think, 117, Decor said.
117.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit mind blowing.
Yeah, and that's a thing where if
And then that will actually, that number will decrease. That will keep until 100 alliance have done it.
Yeah.
Less people will be able to do it because of the cross faction restriction. So that just leaves this feeling like a super arbitrary block to playing the game. Can we expect the Blizzard will remove this? This limitation?
I think if there's enough feedback, yes.
Yeah.
I feel like they definitely are in that sort where they'll go, yeah, fuck it, yeah. We see the feedback, we know you want to cross realm, go for it. I think that's like definitely part of their within their philosophical toolkit, let's say, to be able to say, yeah, fuck it, that's fine, whatever.
I even just think from a balance perspective then.
Yeah.
So they balanced it for maybe the first 10 or 15 guilds.
Yeah.
Who clear this. And then instead of all of their balancing that happens naturally via gear progression, etc., taking care of the rest for them, they then had to progressively balance it and balance it and balance it and balance it in the face of these numbers being kind of pitiful.
Yeah, I mean that's the we talked to this last week, I think.
We did, yeah.
Where I think that's a case where they may think, okay, well, people aren't clearing this, so we need to remove the balance issues. We need to make it easier for them. And I think that might have the impact of just having people go, I don't really care. That's speculation from my end.
Yeah.
Because that's how I would feel if the goalposts were moving and I was trying to score at the same time. I'd be like, well, I'm going to wait for the goalpost to stop moving. But I feel like that's just them going, shit, people aren't doing this. Shit. Fuck it, nerf it. It's like, what's happening? Because they'll be looking at data. They'll be like, okay, well, there's so many wipes and so many guilds are, dying and failing miserably at Holondrus. We've got 400 million player deaths to a heated potato bomb. Fuck it, just nerf it. Nerf it, sorry. The player experience comes before our intended raid design. I imagine the raid designer was kind of like, fuck's sake, that was such a cool fight. Why are you nerfing it into the bin? But I think that's just they kind of have to. Yeah,
well, they see, there were this many attempts this week. Then next week, there was this many attempts, this many kills. Oh no, where have the people went?
Yeah, but that's...
Clearly they're doing it in response to that.
Yeah, but that's the thing where I think that's... they almost certainly are. But to me, that's indicative of... again, this is like speculation. I can't say if any of this is true, or it's literally how I think they move and how they act. But, so... I've said this before. I can't remember what the specific was, but it's always about player data and engagement to them, right? They clearly have... even Holly was talking about it a little bit in the classic Wrath interview. They love data. Yeah. She called herself a game data nerd. They have teams going over data and player engagement and metrics and stuff all the time.
So that's
right?
What's ruined.
Well, we already knew that, but yeah, we already.
Yes, great. Analyze the data driven by the thing that you've made to produce just that data exactly.
Yeah. So so that's where I think they look at the data and they make a change based on the data, right? I think they make the most immediate, sensible change. But I think when it comes to what they can change, the harder stuff, the longer term changes, the qualitative analysis of the data, I don't think they do that and make changes based off it. I think they probably do qualitatively analyze their data and like, okay, why are people not doing this? Why are people not doing Mythic? But nerfing the raid, I think that's one solution, right? That's tuning one of the knobs of why people aren't doing the Mythic. But I think they have this whole massive, not a numbers problem, but a design problem for the content, for the game mode. That's why people aren't doing it. And it's because of all that stuff where they're going to go, well, we make it easier. Then more people can clear. Fucking forehead, easy. Absolutely perfect solve. but it doesn't address the fact that all these other problems with getting guilds, player counts, population, buy-in time, buy-in money, stuff like that.
Something, right?
Yep.
It's a world where Jalor dies in 5 days. That way more people are playing Mythic and enjoying it. Is that better?
Is
that better for the health of the game?
That's better for the... Okay, no.
Is World of Warcraft a prestige esport super hard title? Or is it a RPG that you play with your friends? Where are they falling in that? Are they trying... Because right now it seems like they want to have all of that.
Yeah, this is where I find it interesting. Because you've got the solution of, we'll make it easier, right? But I think that kind of kills some of the like prestige of it.
Yeah.
Some of the aspirational element. It's like, if fuck, I can't believe I'm doing this. If there was an easy mode in Dark Souls,
totally.
People wouldn't have felt like they were actually, beating something. If they played Bayonetta in one-hand mode, just tap triangle to finish the game, they wouldn't feel like they learned anything, stuff like that. And I think it's like, that's one element of the raids need to be challenging enough to be actually valuable to do. But I think it's like, the part of it dying in 5 days shouldn't be because it's easy. It should be because people have 5 days of progress on the raid. Instead of, I guess we better go do splits. Or, I guess I need to do Mythic Plus because Mythic Plus is like the most efficient way to gear. We need to spend so much time. It's like, I think I said this before. We need to cut the need part out of the game, and then get people straight to the want part of the game. And this is all philosophically what I would do if I were the game director. And I know fucking nothing, and I've never been a game director, so I might just be talking shit from a rose-tinted goggles view of video games. I completely will be happy to say that. But I think they need to get rid of so much of the need and let people just do what they want.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing where, like, if people want, then will they be finished with the game quicker? Yes. Will they be substantially more likely to play alts? Probably.
It seems like that's Dragonflight's kind of hope. In a way.
And if they have more fun, are they more likely to come back next time? I think that's the important part. That's the part that the PoE devs learned, where it's like, if we make people have fun, they'll come back next time. If we force them to play, they won't come back next time.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
incredible. Incredible learning.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they need to... That's the thing about Mythic. I think they need to suck it up and go, we're making this a lot more accessible. Not easier, more accessible. And accessible through all the other reasons that it's not accessible at the minute. Because I think people confuse accessibility and easy a lot of the time. Especially when it comes to like difficulty discussions.
Yes.
It's like, that's inaccessible. Like, no, that's hard. There's a difference. Because, if disabled people can beat Dark Souls playing with bananas, don't know if that specifically happened, but if people can play with all of these crazy stuff, then it's not an accessibility problem. Technically, there's reasons it could be, of course, for different disabilities. I wouldn't count that out ever, but it's like the difficulty is not the problem. It's really not. At least I don't think so. Maybe the world race to world first difficulty in World of Warcraft is, but yeah.
I think it could be. Generally more accessibility. I think a good thing. In terms of like the other type of accessibility, I think they do have teams and stuff on that, which is good.
Oh yeah, of course, and they're doing great work there largely.
Yeah. Sorry, I know this kind of derailed things a bit. I'm just, and especially compared to these other tiers, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. 63 days into Sanctum, the Alliance were almost there. Yeah. 63 days into this, there are 9 Alliance guilds.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. This has been the writing's been on the wall for exactly this. I may be surprised how quick of a turnaround it was, but it's like every way Blizzard designed Mythic and designed the factions has led to this point. And I think a lot of people could have told you this was the eventuality years ago. Honestly.
Yeah, some of this has happened in TBC. Like sort of different, but
yeah,
the way the servers become extremely extreme. And yeah, I suppose in this situation, just the word gets out that Horde is the place to be, so everyone goes to Horde, which then means that the Stragglers and Alliance don't really have a hope of doing what they need to do to open it up cross-realm. Yep. So, Stack was saying here, If we sort of assume things to be the same, Alliance Hall of Fame could be filled June 11th/12th. Now to look at some previous tiers then. All right, so, okay. Look at how many Alliance guilds managed to defeat the Mythic end boss at the time the Horde filled theirs of the past few tiers. 12?
Yeah.
15? 19, 20, and 30 friggin' guilds leave our server. 12 and 11. Wow. You know, it's a sort of thing like being heroic players. We have so little transparency into this scene. You wouldn't really know.
Yeah, there's so much to it.
But it all just gets so much more extreme once you hit Mythic. That's incredible. Wow, what a problem.
I mean, that's the thing where I feel a lot of the time whenever I'm sitting, you know, on Ravencrest? What the fuck? Ravencrest as Alliance, and like, I'll go do an M+, or I'll go do a raid, and I look at the groups, and I'm like, okay, that's not that many, or, you know, M+, there's a lot, but like, I look for like a difficulty, like a +9 or +10 or +11 or something for like a lower item level character, and I don't see him, like, fuck, guess I have to, you know, do my own keys or whatever else. But then raids, like, my experience trying to get into a normal raid is that, as Frost Mage, fuck me. 3 groups going, none will accept me.
Even though you can play Frost Mage well, and you know all of those fights, and would be an asset to those raids.
Yeah, I've cleared all of those fights. I mean, that's the thing where it's like, it's hard to communicate that because of an alt.
Yeah.
It's like, I know those fights probably better than most people who are doing them, because also normal fights are fucking easy.
Yeah, that too.
But that's the thing where, like, it's just the item level thing there, but it's also, if there were more groups, that would be less of a problem. And I'm just sitting thinking, why am I not Horde? Why do I not play on Horde? Why do I not play this on Draenor, on Tarn Mill? Because I know there's more population. Yeah. I know there'll be more groups. And that's going to result in a better experience. And that's the thing where, with the way World of Warcraft designed now, as this endgame focus game, there's the faction divide and the server divide looks so fucking out of date. And I'm not saying it should be removed or anything like that. I think it had tremendous value in how the game was originally orchestrated, and you see some of that coming back with like Classic and stuff with Realm communities, but the way the game's designed now, it doesn't really match, and I think there needs to be workarounds for that for sure.
Well, that's why the cross realms or cross faction stuff that's coming is like, wow, the likes of this happening really underscore how important that is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Will this change with cross faction? Maybe that's one question.
Yep.
It does not have cross-faction guilds. That means the Hall of Fame would still be heavily skewed. Horde. So if this continues, then basically, yes. They need to reassess how this entire system works.
Yeah, so this will, like, the only reason that would improve the Hall of Fame for Alliance is if Alliance guild need to fill. Because what is it, 70% you need for a guild group? So you could fill 30% of your players from another faction or another realm, but that's it. But that's it.
Wow, right, crazy stuff. Next, we do have a final little bit of top end where Midwinter have disbanded.
Yep.
So this is a week after Pieces, who were another Race to World First guild, announced their disbanding. Midwinter are gone. I mean, Midwinter, they've been in that for such a long time. Yeah, so it's, I guess, an end of a thing. They had a lot of fans, too. I think they were... Yeah, so, man... Kind of wild. Are there questions to? I mean, Dakor certainly has answered asked a few questions here. But I wonder, anything from the guilds? Anything from the players?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I suppose just there you go. Midwinter, they're gone. I mean, they still exist. I just don't think they're. Oh wait, no, it's not just decided to stop Race to World First. They have quit.
Yep.
They've quit raiding.
Wild.
Damn.
But mate, that makes sense. Fuck no. Yeah, makes sense. Completely.
Yeah. Well, not too much else to say about that.
Yeah.